What's up everyone, I'm here with another video, and today I am going to be doing my unrealistic Ultimate Edition list that I really want, my wish list. So this is basically going to be like wrestlers who are not in WWE anymore, so that's why it's unrealistic. Now at the time of recording these, all of these wrestlers are not in WWE. Also, I do have one wrestler who is in WWE, but I don't know if that era could be made into Ultimate Edition form. It's TNA Kurt Angle, which I'm going to start off with. And I would like him to come in something like this, in this uniforms, like the flames, all the titles. Even when he had like a little aftershave type of beard, I think that would be really sick. But I feel like a TNA Kurt Angle Ultimate Edition would be really awesome to see. This is an unrealistic list, so maybe TNA and WWE have some type of deal where Kurt Angle is also already signed a WWE Legends deal, and now they're working with TNA. So I don't know if this can come in the future. I don't know. That's why it is in the unrealistic list. So yeah, you never know. I feel like this was a perfect one to add to this list. But now we're on to the next one. And the next superstar on this wish list is going to be Jeff Hardy, around the time where he had the WWE Championship. It could even be around the time where he had the World Heavyweight Championship. So I know there's one already made where he had the WWE Championship the night that he won it. But I wasn't collecting at the time, and the torso is really bad, and I feel like if they were to make a new one, I feel like it would honestly be really sick and way better. They could also go with the World Heavyweight Championship somewhere around that era. That's the time I was watching WWE, and I feel like a Jeff Hardy from around that era in Ultimate Edition form would honestly be really good, especially if they do it right this time. But once again, this isn't my unrealistic list, because I know Jeff Hardy, I think they're signed with TNA, or they're TNA Tag Team Champions, and I don't know how that crossover is going to work. So I feel like this was perfect for this wish list, but at the same time, maybe it's a merch deal, and maybe they can make a Jeff Hardy Ultimate Edition or something along those lines. But we'll see in the future how that works out. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if that's ever going to be a thing. But I feel like in the future, Jeff Hardy will eventually sign a WWE Legends deal. But for right now, it is on my unrealistic wish list. And speaking of merch deals, Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder ended up signing one with WWE. I don't know how that really works out. So right now, nothing's really confirmed. So he is going to be on my unrealistic wish list. But I would like to see an Ultimate Edition form whenever he first arrived and debut in ECW. Or like, well, he was already in SmackDown, but like an ECW type of attire. I feel like that's when I was introduced to Zack Ryder, kinda. So I feel like seeing him in Ultimate Edition form around this area is just gonna give me so many nostalgic feels. And it's kind of where he became like that single star, and started rising and rising and rising. So I love this in Ultimate Edition form. And speaking of unrealistic wish list, speaking of Zack Ryder, I would really love a Ultimate Edition of Kurt Hawkins whenever he was a tag team champion with Zack Ryder. I feel like this would be like the perfect action figure for me. I remember hearing their theme song. I thought it was the most insane song in the world. I still think it's an amazing song. So I feel like a Kurt Hawkins Ultimate Edition with a hoodie, his blue pants, blue gear, his little like necklace that he wore out to the ring, with the tag team championship. I feel like that would be really sick, honestly. And also throw in a Zack Ryder, make a Zack Ryder Ultimate Edition form from around this time. I feel like that would be also really sick. Now going on to my next one, which is once again unrealistic. I have Edge. So I feel like an Ultimate Edition from Edge from around this era from around 2008, 7, 2009, somewhere from around that era when he was WWE champion or World Heavyweight champion. I feel like it will make a great Ultimate Edition. We did see one Ultimate Edition of Edge whenever he returned to WWE, but I feel like a cherry on top for Edge would be from his Ruthless Aggression era, that type of era, especially if it comes with the Rated R championship and like the blue gear and the the what is it called, the line. I feel like everything together would just make the perfect Ultimate Edition. Now, speaking of something that is super unrealistic to happen, to sign all of these guys, and not only to sign all of these guys, but to make them into Ultimate Edition form, like each one of these guys, I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe in the future we could possibly get a Wade Barrett if, you know, you never know, but that's like something like that might not happen, especially a Nexus Wade Barrett. But I will honestly love an ultimate editions of these guys to have into my collection, because this was when I was really into WWE, and like I thought they were all gonna be stars. I thought they were gonna be the next big thing, and yeah, especially Wade Barrett. There was no doubt in my mind when I was a kid that he wasn't gonna hold the WWE Championship, and that he was gonna beat John Cena. Like I thought that, I 100% thought that as a kid. So I would honestly really love to see them in Ultimate Edition form. The next is Wade Barrett, Justin Gabriel, Husky Harris. We might get that one day, I think, in Elite form, but I don't know, in Ultimate Edition form. But having all Heath Slater from around this era, I feel like that would be a really sick Ultimate Edition. Like guys from around this era in Ultimate Edition form, I would love to see the Nexus, but I don't think that's possible, especially for each one of these guys, But it is called an unrealistic wish list for a reason. You never know, maybe someone sees it one day and they make it. You never know. Now, for right now, guys, this is unrealistic, but I think there's gonna be a Chris Jericho. I think he re-signs with WWE in a Legends deal, a retirement tour. There's been talks. I do feel like this happens, Ultimate Edition, but I feel like it's either a new Ultimate Edition whenever he comes back, or it's like an older Ultimate Edition whenever he comes back. But for right now, it's unrealistic, and I want him based on his, like, I think 2009 return. I don't know what year it was. I think it was 2009, 2008. But I want him around this time, and I want him to come with the vest, the Intercontinental Championship, because this was when I was first introduced to Chris Jericho. I know a lot of people started watching WWE before me, so they were introduced to him like way before. And I do think we eventually get an Ultimate Edition form around that era. But for me, I want him his like first gear whenever he came back with like the little like numbers and stuff. I think it was the coolest thing in the world whenever I was younger. Throwing the Intercontinental Championship, the vest that he wore with numbers, and I feel like that's the perfect Chris Jericho for me, and I would love to see that in Ultimate Edition form. And next on my unrealistic wish list is going to be Christian. It's going to be Christian whenever he first came back to WWE, whenever he was on TNA, but it was going to be whenever he came back and was in ECW with the ECW Championship. I feel like this type of Christian is when I was first really like, I'm like, whoa, this guy was in TNA, but he jumped to WWE. Like, that was my experience, because that was around the time I started watching. I know a lot of people would probably want him around the time where he was a World Heavyweight Championship. For me, ECW Christian just takes the cake for me. I know it's probably the same thing, but I feel like him coming with the ECW Championship, and the gear I specifically want is whenever he came out, like his entrance robe, the silver, the black. I want that type of Ultimate Edition, like fully cloth goods, like pants, jacket. I feel like that would be the cherry on top for Christian, especially around that era. It's kind of like, could be like used as a TNA Christian too, but with the ECW Championship, I feel like that would be amazing. Christian is of course in AEW, so it is unrealistic. So yeah. Now, to complete my list is going to be LeBron James whenever he attended WWE Raw. I feel like this was such an era. This is a kind of a meme in places. I feel like it's awesome to see this, and I'll love to see this in Ultimate Edition form. If this is ever made, I think it's going to be an exclusive, maybe an SSDC exclusive, San Diego Comic-Con, however you say it. But I feel like this would be an amazing Ultimate Edition. Give him a hat, give him his flip phone, like add a picture in his flip phone, because he actually took pictures. So I feel like this would be the cherry on top, and for Ultimate Edition is just an insane crossover. And I feel like I love to have this in my collection. I'll either put them in like the stands with the fans, or just put them on display. And I'll need this in box because I know they'll do like a crazy box, and I'll need this in like loose. So yeah, just to end it off, it is gonna be LeBron James. It is an unrealistic wish list, but I want you guys to leave down your opinions down in the comments. I want you guys to leave your unrealistic wish list, what you guys want to see, because your guys might be completely different because you guys probably grew up around a different time, or maybe I just hit it on the mark for some of you guys. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to drop a like and a comment, and please leave down your wish list, unrealistic wish list in the bottom, because I'll honestly love to see and go through it and, like, see what you guys think. But anyway, guys, peace.